Let's go through my neglected garden. Tried to weed whack yesterday, and an entire nest of wasps had moved in, ground wasps. I got stung about 50 times. So I put a cover over it and sprayed the crap out of it. Don't see any more flying in there. But yeah, that was not fun. I've been trying to save. I need to go through and hydrate my towers. So for context, my dad had a small heart attack, and I got him into the hospital, and he was on his way to another massive heart attack, and we had to transfer him, and he had quadruple bypass. So I've been over there with him. The front of this has pretty much died. I'm pulling out the stuff that's dead. When mum season hits, I'll probably replant this with some mums or something, but today I'm working on just clearing out. The reason this one looks so good is because the roots from this tree have actually grown up in and sealed it so it can't drain. So it actually had water in it when the other ones didn't. But everything's either pretty much died or so overgrown. So this was some dahlias, some herbs. I didn't plant those yellow flowers that I remember. Maybe I did in seasons past, but my chocolate mint down there's pretty much dead. My hydrangeas that I planted, yeah. Unfortunately, I've been living with my dad and working. And taking care of him, and so have not been over here at all. My apple tree, now this is a twisted apple tree. It got so dry that I'm afraid I lost one of them completely. The leaves are all dropping. Yeah, found out one of my chickens. One of the chickens is a rooster, which I'm not allowed to have, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. But this all needs to be weed whacked. It is so overgrown. My bean towers have all died, unfortunately. But I will tell you, my flowers have been putting on a show still. So these are my herb beds. They're pretty much toast. These little pots, for some reason, are still doing okay. I don't know why. But I planted a second time in this dirt, hoping it wouldn't happen. But everything got brown spot disease, so this soil's contaminated. So I'm going to end up dumping it in the bottom of a bed somewhere and just covering it. But periodically I've gotten over here to pick some tomatoes. But the flowers, when everything else isn't thriving, for some reason, look at these, like puffball zinnias, man. I mean, just look at that. I planted a whole bunch because my daughter wanted to kind of roadside sell little bouquets with me because we live right on a street for the schools to pass. Oh, look at that. I got a couple tomatoes I could probably harvest. That looks like a baby candy roaster. I mean, I just plugged things in this year. I didn't even think I was going to get tomatoes because I didn't get to separate these, but just look at these beautiful flowers. Can't even walk through there. This is just... I've taken a picture of this spot a couple of times with all of these tall... Yep. That's definitely a little candy roaster. But this tall, colorful patches of zinnias, and it's weird how some of them are so different shaped, but they were all from the same seed packets. But I'm going to see if... Oh, look at how beautiful that one is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to see today if I have some potatoes to pull. Yeah, the asparagus is... look at the pricker things in there. I might have to just completely restart the asparagus. I'm not sure. We'll see next year. Because they are so full of weeds. Must be a little pumpkin starting. I don't even know if I can get around. Because this is another part of my asparagus bed. And then we go into... back here. Oh shoot. Is a raspberry patch. Is that... some kind of pumpkin. Can't even... So these are wild raspberries mixed in with real raspberries, and you can see that the pumpkin's grown across there. Oh, all the way to over there. So, I'm gonna have to find another way to trek through. Yeah. The trellises are working, as you can see. There's some things up them, but I don't even know what that is. That one's round and yellow. My rhubarb. Oh, hopefully that recovers in the next year. Ooh, these have a blush to them. Garden snacks. So, boy, he's feeling himself this morning. We'll see how long before I get reported. Let's see. I did some trimming yesterday. Harvested a bunch of oversized zucchinis. Can't even get to these. Somehow I ended up with 2 things of the giant dinner plate dahlias. And then, look at that one. This is some mint, of course, that survived. I think it's lemon. These are my chive beds. There's a little baby pumpkin. And a little sleeping bee. If you can see him. Yeah, I didn't get to thin this batch out. My God, I can't even like get to. These were onion beds. There's a tomato growing across there. Oh, we have some white squash. I hate these pricker things that pop up. That would be a watermelon. That's probably not going to amount to anything. Some kind of table squash there, but I've had really poor pollination. The bees just, as you can see, there's another one that's just dying. The bees, I think they took a hit in the 90-degree plus heat back to back. But I got some little baby delicatas down there. Oh, I got a couple right there. Ooh, and a big one right there I could probably actually harvest. Maybe I'll... Okay. Now I got the same over here. How did I end up... Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, this one's doing okay. I don't even know what that is. In here, somewhere I planted kajaris, and the melons just didn't do shit. That's, which I don't understand, because it was plenty warm. They had plenty of sun, and they just never even really made it up. And being it's fall, like I'm not gonna get anything from them at this point, but apparently I'm gonna get some squash. Let's see if I can see through this. My plan was to start a pumpkin patch on the other side once this is all cleared out. But yeah. I have a feeling a lot of the squashes back there are going to wait until pretty much the first freeze kills things. I don't think I can even get through here. Nope. That's a potato bed that I need to try and harvest today. So, this side, I'll have some squash. Look at them gorgeous, gorgeous dahlias. Man. Just, I could have made some gorgeous bouquets, but shit happens. That's the nice thing about gardening, is there's always next year. And I learned a few things. Keep the vining ones to the back. I'm going to add on beds just for the vining ones to go back towards there. I had some dead trees taken down and I need to clean up the brush. But this is the plant I harvested a whole bunch of zucchini from. This one has got yellow squash forming. Oh, look at that big fat happy bee. I don't know why the bees left for so long when it was so hot. Now they're back though, but I'm glad, because I probably still got, if I could save this garden, 2 months of 2 months of growing. So I'm gonna keep working on trying to clear these out, trying to save things. These are pepper beds that have been completely overgrown. I got a couple of nice big fat peppers out of it. There's some little ones, but I'm gonna work on clearing these out. I don't know if these are spicy peppers. I don't remember what kind of peppers these were. I'll bite the end of it. Tastes pretty sweet. My shishito peppers, I need to come and do a harvest on them and somehow process them. I got little jalapenos and more bells in here. Ooh. Ooh. What's that? Snacks. Mmm. Look at these. Look at those. Mmm. Lunchbox peppers. Actually, I think they were called Yum Yums. Look at those. Everything is just so overgrown. It's going to take a lot to get it back to something usable, but I'm going to try. Look at that beauty. I ended up with a lot of puffball, kind of the same colored. Don't know how, but some of them are a darker ball, orangey to pink, pink to red. These puffball ones, not sure how. And then, oh, look at those little yellow ones, they're so cute. And my trees ain't doing that great that I bought. One of the plums has completely died. Oh, the bees are really out. They've been gone for so long. Oh, look at that little. And I have volunteer borage. I have cucamelon. So I tried to start cucamelon. More garden snacks. And I was unsuccessful. And then I happened to be looking for some herbs and found two in really poor shape cucamelons in containers for sale. And I bought them with no hopes. I even have cucamelons down here because they look so bad. And I thought, you know, them being like cucumbers, the root system was going to be really picky, but they recovered. Oh, over here was broccoli that all went to flower. and weeds and peas that died and I never got to use, so I ripped them all out. I'm going to rip out and replant some peas, see if I can get some more peas. I'm going to rip out the ones that have flowered here and these peas and give them to the chickens. I harvested one Armenian white squash yesterday. It was probably like a foot long, curved. It was very good. It's sort of, it's not as crisp, we'll say, as regular cucumbers. I mean, it tastes like a cucumber, but it's not that snap. It's more softer, but they don't get bitter. I don't see any other ones. And then I did get about 5 or 6 silver slicers yesterday, and they were all laying. In fact, here's another one, that one that I missed. They were all laying on that chair, oddly enough. Now I have some growing up here, but more of these damn pricker things. And then, of course, all of my beans are so, I mean, these ones are well past, I think, eating. Yeah. But the chickens, I think I'm going to try and harvest them and then see if I can get another set of ones that aren't too big, aren't too fat, aren't too pea potty that I could eat. Not bitter. I was a little bit tough when they have that big pea pod in the middle. This is more broccoli that needs to be pulled and given to the chickens. This is cabbage I planted thickly and then was going to split up in the broccoli. Oh, look at that. I have a little zucchini hiding back there. But same thing with, in this mess, there's bok choy. So I was gonna split up the cabbage when I ripped out the broccoli. I don't know if I can still do that. But yeah, I would have had some decent, at least lunchable broccoli. I'm not even sure what is vining there, but. And then these are the dahlias that I was disappointed in from that one place because I bought a bunch of them and very few popped up, but I can see I need to get in here today because I got a bunch of these prickers starting, but I bought a whole bunch of them and they were just tiny pieces. I know I can see maybe I don't even know what that is. That doesn't look like a dahlia. I bet that was like the free seed thing they sent me. But yeah, I bought a bunch of dahlia pieces, or dahlias, and they were just pieces. And not very many of them sprouted. So all right. This is where I was going to set up these beds as herb beds, and that didn't happen. And As you can see, the plum tree was, this one died pretty much completely. That one back there, I watered the heck out of that one yesterday and it looks better. That one lost a lot of leaves, so we'll see. Pardon the airplane, but yeah. Unfortunately, these weeds have gone through the weed fabric, and I've ordered more weed fabric. I might just pull this up and recoat everything because it's so overgrown. So, weed filled and overgrown. Oh, look at that beauty down there. I'm going to try and store these dahlias. Oh, look at that pink. Oh my gosh, look at this one. I could have made some beautiful bouquets this year. But life happens. And I'm grateful I still have my dad because I lost my mom to cancer in January. And I was not prepared to lose 2 parents. So, next year, I'm going to try and save these dahlias. Next year, I'll definitely plant them with supports. Lesson learned there. Putting down, yeah. Gonna rip out a lot, put down fabric. Go from there. See if I can recover this in some kind of way.